Hey, lads, and wait, no, the lips is dry. Hi, lads and lasses, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, what's up? Welcome. I hope you love it here. But if you're not, welcome back, y'all. I made a video. My skin looks so dry because I just like wiped off everything. I keep getting distracted, sorry. Basically, I made a video prior to this one and I was going to edit it and then upload it, but then I thought I wouldn't like it and I knew I didn't like it. So I deleted it and I was starting from scratch, period. Let me say this now, the lighting in this video is not going to be as good because I changed my bulbs, that's one, and then my ring light broke, so I'm legit doing a makeshift ring light. That's why you can only see like from here and up. But without further ado, I'm about to go get baked and then we're going to get into this because I'm fresh off of work and I'm ready to vent, babe. I'm supposed to be smoking. Okay, on to the tomfoolery. So, this story time is going to be about basically why I do my YouTube channel by myself / like friendship fallout. Okay. So, this happened during high school, before college, right? So I gotta get this all over my face respectfully because as you guys can see, the skin has not been skinning lately. The skin has been breaking out and I hate it so much. I hate summertime. It's just disgusting for my skin. Atrocious to her. It's okay, babes. Winter's coming.
Winter is coming.
And I just finished watching Game of Thrones. That's why that's winter's coming. So, right? High school. Freshman year of high school, I was going to a performing arts school. And then I was like, I hikey don't want to be here anymore. Like, I did not like the school. They cared more about my uniform than they did my education. And half of the people that I was friends with was leaving. So I'm like, so transferred out and started going to this new school. And I was nervous. I was so nervous, y'all. Because I was just picking any freaking school. And then when I got accepted to this one, and I got accepted to LaGuardia. And I chose this one, right? Don't get me wrong, I love this school because that's where I met my besties, period. So I chose this school, and then like when the decision was final, I went on Google and I searched up the school. Like when it was close to school time, I went on Google and I searched up the school. I searched up the reviews and everything, and man, was I disappointed. I was like, damn, what the fuck did I get myself into? I left one fucking pain in the ass to another. Started my sophomore year in this new school, and I was so nervous. Like, I remember I got in late because personal matters. So the guidance counselor started questioning me. She's like, why are you late? I'm like, girl, I got stuff going on. I was not in the country, but I'm here now. And whatever the case is. And then, what's I'm gonna call it? When I went to, I think my first class that day, the teacher asked a question and I knew the answer. Nobody was raising their hand. And I didn't want to raise my hand and speak because every time people hear me speak, they're all just like. So I answered the question and then like the whole class is just there like. So come lunchtime, right? I'm sitting by myself, but like it's like this round table in the cafeteria. There's two sides of the cafeteria. There's an inside and there's a partially outside, if that makes sense. So I'm on the inside of the cafeteria sitting around this round table with these three girls that are friends, and they was like talking to me here and there. And I was just like on my phone minding my business and just answering them like, yeah, this, that, da. And then next thing I know, what should I call her in the story? Let's call her Vanessa, right? And what should I call the other one?
Oh! Somebody! Oh! He needs some milk!
Let's call the other one Rebecca, right? That's the only name I can think of right now. So, next thing I know, these two girls walk up to me, and one of them is just there like, hi, I'm Vanessa. What's your name? And I'm like, hi? Like, it was so hilarious because she wasn't even in my class. She just heard that there was a new student. And then she just marched up to me. She was like, hi, I'm Vanessa. This is Rebecca. What's your name? And I'm like, hi, I'm Nasia. And then she's like, oh, nice to meet you. You're new? I'm like, yeah. And then she's like, okay, you want to come hang with us? And of course I'm going to say yeah. Because it's my first day of school. Am I bugging? Fuck it. But of course I'm going to say yeah. It's my first day of school. And I'm already getting friends. I became friends with them. And they were mad cool. Like introducing me to other people. Or just like telling me, or whatever the case is, about like the school and how did I end up in this school out of all the schools. And I was like, you know what, I don't know, I just picked it. Something drew me to it, I don't know. They became my two new friends, and I was also friends with this other girl, but it wasn't like how me and Vanessa and Rebecca were close. Like we became a trio. Like we started going home together. We started waiting for each other. Would always be together, especially like be at lunch, be in classes, or like hallways. We was just always together. Right? So, hold on. I'm so parched. So now that you guys got a little bit of the backstory, let's get into it, right? So, you know, like we were close, we became a trio, always together, and these girls were basically my first friends at this school. And one of them still is my bestie to this day. And yeah, so I'm trying to conceal my age right now. I'm 22. I'm trying to look too. Me and my sister was talking one day, and we were talking about graduation, and I was like, I hope I make it to graduation, because girl, the way it looked like I'm going, oh no, for real. And she was like, oh, why don't you just try to graduate early? And I was like, what do you mean? She was like, you can graduate early. And I'm like, say wallah. I'm like, for real? She's like, yeah, I had the opportunity. You can see if your school do it, and you could just do that. And I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna try that. So next day at school, right? I keep forgetting the name that I gave her. So Rebecca came to pick me up from class. I was like, Rebecca, who the fuck is Rebecca? So Rebecca came to pick me up from class, and our assistant principal happened to come at the same time. And I was just there like, oh, just the person I need to see. And he was like, me? I was like, obviously. Well, I wasn't that snarky, but I was like, yeah. And I was just there like, I have a question. If we wanted to graduate early, would that be possible? And he was like, yeah, that's possible. You just have to go to classes during the summer and take all of the classes you take your junior year during the summer, and then when you come back, you'll be a senior instead of a junior, if that makes sense. So I'm like, oh, okay. He was like, why, are you considering it? I was like, yeah, but do I really want to be here for the summer? I don't think so. And then Rebecca was like, oh, I didn't know that was a thing. Can I do that? And then he was like, yeah, just like do what I just said to do, and yeah, you can like consult me, and then we can decide what classes you need to take, and so on and so forth. And then she's like, oh, okay. And they worked that out, and I was just there like, yeah, no, I don't want to be here during the summer. I can wait. I'm in no rush to graduate, babes. I wish you guys could see what I see. Maybe it's just because I'm intoxicated and I probably look like a clown, but I wish you guys could see through my lenses. Wait, hold on. My lenses. She's like, yeah, okay, like, I'll do that. And I was like, yeah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to spend my summer here, respectfully. I got things to do. I didn't really have things to do, but I did have things to do. So she started doing that, and then I was like, okay, girl, you do that. So Vanessa was like, oh, I actually want to go for a class. Like, I want to go and take regular English, so when I come back during junior year, I can be in AP Lit. So Rebecca now hears that, and then she's like, what? She's like, yeah, like, I'm gonna go and get rid of AP Lit. Get rid of English so I could do AP Lit. So she's like, oh, okay, that's what's up. So we're going home now, and Vanessa got off the train first. So me and Rebecca continues going, and she's like, oh, don't you see that Vanessa's trying to be like me? Like, ever since I said I wanted to, like, I was going to graduate early, now she wanna like do the same thing. And I'm just there like, are we hearing the same thing? Because last time I checked, she said she just want to get rid of AP. She just want to get rid of English to get AP Lit. Like, girl, clean out your ears.
Oh, darling, may I express this to her?
After getting the A-OK to graduate early and actually going through with the course, when we went into junior year, she went into her senior year. And man, we never heard the end of, oh, since I'm graduating early.
Your mouth is moving a lot like a rat. Yappa, 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 yappa. Shut it, please.
Bro, y'all. I think it was our sophomore year together, right? We're backtracking a little bit. So I think it was our sophomore year together that we started this channel together. Like, we made a whole email and everything. I always wanted to do a YouTube channel, but for some reason I was just nervous to do it by myself. Like, I felt like, oh, maybe if I have somebody else there, I feel more comfortable, I'll know what to do, we can bounce ideas off of each other. So I was like, oh, all three of us should start it. Me, Vanessa, and Rebecca. But Vanessa she couldn't really start it because she lived way farther than us. And, we lived farther than her. And shooting would be like a lot because we still didn't want to get home when it was like dark as hell outside or like very late at night because we were still high school girlies. So me and Rebecca just decided to start it together. We started the channel together. We started doing like public interviews. We started doing like makeup voiceovers. Like we was just doing things just like get everything rolling. We're in our junior year. She's in her senior year. So we was still close, but also kind of like drifting a wee bit. Everything was going good, but then at a certain point in the friendship, it just felt like I had to be walking on glass around her because it's like the littlest things that you say to her would just like take her off. So yeah, so one time we were going home on the train and she asked me some question actually there's two incidents. So one time I was going on the train, she asked me some question like, oh, if you could be any race, what race would you be? And I was like,
I beg your pardon.
Black, the race that I am. And then she's like, oh really? Why? I was like, because I love my skin color. I don't know, Zed. And then she's like, oh, I would want to be white. And I was like, huh. Don't think I've heard that before. And I'm just there like, interesting, why is that? She's like, I'll just have more privilege, this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
Child. Don't even get me started. So, got pat on my shirt. From that day, I've just been like, interesting, right? So another time I was going home on the train. She was joking about something, and I think it was something at the time that I was very insecure about, but I didn't tell anybody because it's nobody's business to know my insecurities, respectfully. Just keep it cute. But we was going home, and I think she was saying something like, oh, I think it was about my arms or something, or about my forehead. It was some type of joke that I did not like, but I was laughing. She was laughing. Like, we was basically cutting each other's ass, right? And it was a whole kiki. So I think she said something like, oh, that's why your arm is mad big, or your forehead is mad big, or some shit like that. I don't remember. And I was like, okay, and you got no ass. And it was still a kiki until we got off the train. Everything was good. Everything was great. So I thought, right? So we go home, whatever the case is, and next day she came to me, and then she talked to me about it. We talked about it, and then she was just there like, oh, I didn't like that joke because you talked about something I was very insecure about, and it really hurt my feelings. And I was just there like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, I did not know that. If I knew, I would have never said anything like that. I sincerely apologize. Like, because I would never do that. Like, I'm not that kind of person. I sincerely apologize, and we walked past it. So the relationship was kind of like not really depleting, but when I think back on it, that's what I feel like it was kind of depleting, because it was almost the ending of junior year, graduation time for seniors. Mind you, she wanted to graduate early, so she graduated early, right? She being Rebecca, right? I was in the art room and I was painting. This is after school. And there's another character that we're going to add. I'm gonna do a brown lip, fuck it. So as you guys know, I paint, went to school for painting also. And I started actually painting during high school, right? So I had this painting teacher named Miss Williams. That's what we're going to call her. If you're seeing this, Mom, miss you, Bookie. But I used to go, that was the only after school class I would go to, because you could just sit, you could chill, you could paint. You can catch up on like painting homework that you missed, that you need to pass a class or something like that. And you know, stuff like that. So, right? Am I missing anything? I don't think so. So, we was in her after school class and, you know, I was painting, chilling. I was actually finishing up this painting. I'm not about to turn my phone, so I'll put a picture right here. I was finishing up this painting, right? And I was finally like doing the little henna on the hand, right? But prior to that, we were chilling. She was in, Rebecca was in, because I keep saying she and then expect you guys to follow along. So Rebecca was in band class practicing, and me and Vanessa was in art class. Vanessa was chilling, I was painting, right? So it was getting time to go. Everybody started packing up, they started going. But I was finishing the henna on the hand. Like, I was zooming, but I was finishing this, right? And it was a small part. So she's like, okay, time to go. So I'm just like, okay, give me 1 second. So I'm finishing up some details and she's waiting for me patiently. She's like, you know what, take your time. I need to put on my stuff and make sure everything is where they need to be anyway. So I'm like, okay, thank you. So she's like, yeah, putting on her stuff, you know, waiting for me to like finish this little henna. So Rebecca comes upstairs from the band room and she walks into class. Okay, let's go. And I was like, hold on, can you give me no, I was like, let me not lie on myself, because I'm not that type of person I would tell when I do wrong, okay? So Rebecca comes upstairs from the band room and she's like, let's go. And I'm like, give me a second, can you wait? And then I go back to doing the henna. And then Miss Williams is standing there looking at me because I was legit about to finish. I had one more little loop. And then Vanessa was also there waiting for me. So I finally finished and I got up. Like, legit, I don't even think like 2 minutes passed. It was legit, like literally a minute. Got up, put on my stuff, and I'm like, oh, where's Rebecca? Vanessa's like, oh, she left. She went downstairs, I think, to like wait for us downstairs. So everybody like got their stuff and we started to head out. So when we go all the way downstairs now, like the front part where the security guards are, we're like, hey, did you see Rebecca? They're like, yeah, she been left. And we're like, what? They're like, yeah, she left. And then me and Vanessa's like, oh, okay. So Vanessa tried to call her. She declined. She tried to call her again. She didn't pick up. So let me say this, because as the story progresses, you see why I bring it up. So Rebecca, as we're talking about the whole situation, she goes to say that Vanessa shouldn't have been the one to call her. I should have been the one to call her because I should have known that I did something wrong. And it was me that was supposed to call, not Vanessa. That's why she did not pick up the call. And that's why she had left. And that she needs an apology because I did something wrong and I was supposed to be the one to call her in the first place, not Vanessa. And I'm like, what? Girl. So she's like, oh, okay. I guess she's probably on the train or something. So we left and we started heading home together. Me and Vanessa. Rebecca was long gone, babes. Next day now. I think it was during... What period did I have her? Was it first period? I don't think it was first period because I never made it to first period. I think it was third period or fourth period. Around there. So I was in... What class was that? Economics? Something like that. Something like economics, whatever the case is. Class is over now and I get out and I see Rebecca waiting for me. So she's like, hey, can I talk to you? I was like, yeah, sure, why not? So, where's my slip? Let me... The way she had me fucked up. So she's like, oh, I didn't like how you spoke to me yesterday. I felt like you had a very bad attitude and you were demanding me and made me feel some type of way, and I think you need to apologize.
Funny. Yes, but not funny. Haha. Funny weird.
If you know me, you know say my mouth don't join church. You know say my mouth don't join church. Never have, never will. What the fuck you mean my owe you an apology? So I'm like, I get where you're coming from. But I don't see where yesterday I was wrong. I never demanded you. I asked you a question. You can't demand a question. I didn't have an attitude when I spoke to you. What are you talking about? And then she's like, no, I feel like you owe me an apology because like I didn't like the way you spoke to me, this, that, and the third. And I'm just there like, I don't think I owe you an apology though. I didn't speak to you any kind of way. I just asked you, could you wait? And then we just kept on going back and forth. And then she was like, yeah, you know what? Like, it's okay. You obviously don't understand where I'm coming from. And I was like, no, I do understand where you're coming from. I just don't think I owe you an apology. Like, I completely 100% get where you're coming from. I just don't think I owe you an apology because I did nothing wrong. And then she's just like, no, you literally don't understand. And I'm like, stop telling me what I do and don't understand, babes. I'm not illiterate. Let's start there. And then we just did not talk for a minute, right? And then Vanessa, now being the sweetheart and the peacemaker, she was just there like, oh, just say you're sorry. I was like, no, because I didn't do anything wrong. She was just there like, you know, just make the peace, just be the bigger person. I was like, I'm 5'2". I'm done being the bigger person. I'm bigger than what? Toddlers? Kindergartners? She was just there like, oh, this and the third. I was like, you was there yesterday. You was present. Do you think the way I spoke to her was wrong? Like, be completely honest with me. Don't be biased. Don't try to spare my feelings, whatever the case is. Do you feel like I spoke to her some type of way? And then she was like, no, I don't see what she's talking about. And I'm like, okay then. Therefore, I will not apologize. Went to my teacher, Miss Williams, and I was like, I explained the situation. I was like, you were present. Did you see how I spoke to her? Did it seem like this? She was like, no. What are you talking about? And I was just there like, okay, thank you. Went to another one of my besties. We're gonna call her Sabrina, but she's not. She is in the story, at least to the end where I'm getting, right? So I was just explaining the situation to her, and then she was like, what? No. You, what? No. And then she was just there. She's like, what? And I was like, that's what I'm saying. So I was like, I don't think I owe her an apology because I did nothing wrong. Now, I'm the type of person, if I feel like I did something wrong, I would genuinely apologize and I would own up to my mistakes. I'll put my big girl bloomers on and I'll take the wrong bong and go back my way. You know what I mean? So I didn't think I did anything wrong, so I didn't apologize. And nobody else thought I did anything wrong. They was like, no. And then she kept on saying like, oh, you were demanding me. I was like, you can't demand a question. So I was talking to my bestie Sabrina and I was like, do you think I should, because me and Rebecca completely stopped talking at this point. Like, didn't text, didn't speak in person, nothing. And I was talking to one of my other besties. I was like, oh, do you think like I should try to like mend the friendship before changing the YouTube name and just like going about my business? She's like, yeah, do that. So like, it's not anything shady, it's no hard feelings, whatever the case is. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I texted Rebecca and I was like, hey, when you have a chance, can we speak? So I think she was like, yeah, this and the third. So when we actually started having conversation, it just kept on going in a loop. Nothing new was being said. The conversation was going nowhere. There was going to be no solution because she kept on saying, you owe me an apology. You need to apologize. This, that, and the third. You don't get where I'm coming from. And I'm just saying, like, I don't owe you shit, actually. And I'm just still like, you know what? Let's just cut it where it is. Obviously, there's going to be no solution. I wish you all the best in your endeavors. I wish you nothing but, you know, love, prosperity, whatever the case is. We don't have to be friends. We could just call it quits and just go about our own way. She's like, yeah, you too. And I was like, I bet, cool. So deleted her number out my phone, deleted her Instagram, I unfollowed her. Actually, and I think she unfollowed me, deleted her off of Snapchat when I still use Snapchat. I don't have her on anything, right? So I changed the name and half of the videos we had up, I deleted, permanently deleted. And yeah, from then we never spoke, never seen each other. And yeah. But yeah, another thing, and I know you guys are probably like, oh, that's a petty thing to fall out of, like, friendship out of. Honestly, I think she been stopped wanting to be me and Vanessa's friend for a minute, or like for quite a while. And plus she was graduating, so she didn't want to remain being friends with us. And we're like, that's cool, but if that was the case, just say that, babes. We weren't going to grovel at your feet and beg to be your friend. We would have been like, okay, it's been a great run. We wish you all the best, and yeah, you could go about your way. Because Vanessa got cut off too. Vanessa did nothing to this girl. Vanessa did nothing to Rebecca, and Vanessa got cut off too. So when it happened, Vanessa was like,
what do you say fuck me for?
Still like, she had no real beef with you, so why did she cut you off too? And then we're just there like, and it's crazy because with my besties that I have now, come to find out, the whole friendship with me and Vanessa, she was talking shit about us the whole time. Because as I said, we found out that she was talking shit about us, saying a whole bunch of shit. We just noticed that she was going off to college and she didn't want to remain friends with us. And we're like, okay, cool, just say that. And she used to act like she was so big-brained. But yeah, but guess what? Till this day, me and Vanessa's like this.
Locked in! That's like a booty hole!
But yeah, that's basically why I do my YouTube by myself, because yeah, she wanted to be a weirdo and she was Afro-Latino, very obsessed with the white thing. If it ain't about me, let's kiki. Next case. That will be all for today. I'm still baked, as you can see. I hope you guys like this look. I feel like I like this look. Yeah, I really hope you guys like this because I like this. Make sure you guys like this video, leave a comment on what you would like to see next, or any suggestions on anything, or just a simple comment. I appreciate anything. And make sure to share this video, Boogie. See y'all next time.
Slow mom and don't stop. What up, taking on the